Dr. Manhattan floats inches above the scorched, jagged crust of Apokolips, a brutalist nightmare choked by ash, endless fire pits, and the smog of eternal industry. It is 2026, or perhaps the dawn of time. To him, the distinction is irrelevant. The planet's atomic structure vibrates with perpetual despair. Fascinating. Suddenly, the aggressive local fauna reacts. A grotesque swarm of parademons descends from a distant citadel, their battle cries echoing a singular programmed urge to kill for Darkseid. Energy blasts and electrified pikes strike Manhattan's body, harmlessly absorbing into his neon blue form like raindrops falling into an ocean. Unfazed by the chaos, Manhattan raises a single glowing finger. Recognizing the creatures as mere carbon, water and fear, he instantly unmakes the swarm. They burst into a massive silent cloud of red mist and metallic dust that rains down upon the cracked earth. Deep within his shadowed throne room, Darkseid senses the intrusion. This being disrupts the anti-life, a presence of absolute order, entirely devoid of purpose. Darkseid steps through a deafening boom tube, towering over the naked, glowing god. The contrast is stark, smooth, radiant energy against jagged, shadowed stone. Darkseid demands submission. Manhattan simply tilts his head, viewing the formidable Lord of Apokolips not as a ruler, but as a highly concentrated mass of negative energy and dense molecular structure. Submission, Manhattan notes without a trace of irony, requires a belief in hierarchy. Enraged, Darkseid unleashes the Omega Sanction. Crimson beams zigzag through the air, striking Manhattan and detonating in a catastrophic explosion. Where the blue god stood, there is absolutely nothing. Darkseid claims victory, but in the lingering smoke, a microscopic blue spark appears. It expands into a nervous system, then muscle, until Manhattan fully reforms. He observes that Darkseid's ontological energy merely severs mind from matter, but Manhattan is not his matter. Reassembling himself is simply the first trick he ever learned. Manhattan retaliates with a disintegrating wave. Darkseid's armor glows white-hot as his atomic structure is violently pulled apart, but the tyrant fiercely resists, tethering his atoms to the conceptual anchor of his own tyranny. Darkseid forces his way forward and lands a devastating, Omega-cloaked punch that sends Manhattan crashing through jagged rock. Instantly teleporting behind him, Manhattan reaches into Darkseid's mind. Inside, he finds a terrifying psychic hellscape built upon the mathematical certainty of the anti-life equation. Manhattan tells the raging astral demon that free will is an illusion. They are both puppets, but Manhattan can see the strings. Violently breaking the mental connection, Darkseid shakes the planet with his fury. Manhattan splits into 10 copies, blasting Darkseid to his knees with Tachoin blasts before 9 are vaporized by an omnidirectional Omega burst. The original Manhattan then traps Darkseid in a localized temporal anomaly, slowing his time to a crawl. Incredibly, Darkseid shatters the chronal sphere through sheer force of will, spilling red light into the air, and violently tackles Manhattan. Pinned heavily to the ground under the weight of a god, Manhattan calmly stares into the tyrant's hateful red eyes and declares an impasse. He cannot permanently dismantle a multiversal constant of tyranny, and Darkseid cannot erase a being outside the source. Acknowledging the friction of their paradox, Manhattan fades away, leaving to build a quieter mechanism on Mars. Darkseid stands alone in the ash, irritated but unfazed. The universe is vast, and the anti-life equation still awaits.